it's Jonathan from Motorsports. I just took a picture of this beautiful 1946 Willys. It's going to be going live on Bring a Trailer in the coming weeks. This is one of the nicest ones we've ever seen. I bought this specifically for my mother. We'll go into full details on it, take it for a test drive, show you underside shots, the whole 9 yards. The reason I took that picture is because we post all of our inventory on social media, which would be Instagram, and that allows you to see it before it goes live. So if you want to snipe this up before we actually enter it in to Bring a Trailer, you give us a call, we'll get you all set up. We do transport and financing before going on Bring a Trailer. Otherwise, you're going to have to get pre-approved for financing via the auction. Let's start off with the overall condition. I'd rate this a 8.5 to 9 out of 10. This is by far the nicest Willys that we've ever had in inventory. I found this out of Michigan from the builder. I contacted him because my mother, when she was growing up, her father had a Jeep dealership in Puerto Rico, and this is what they were selling. So I bought it for her. She fell in love with it. We named it FLORA. We went for the first test drive, and I could see that she felt uneasy in regards to the brakes. The brakes work fine, but if someone pulls out in front of you, you need to know what you're doing. This is a turnkey unit. It doesn't leak anything. The engine's been gone through, the transmission and transfer case have been gone through, and it doesn't leak anything. When I say this thing doesn't leak, you can literally park this on top of a Lamborghini. If you want to use four-wheel drive, you can, or put it on a lift, and it's not going to leak any oil. You can see that the distribution blocks are extremely nice, and there's a plastic cover that protects it. You've got your carburetor here that doesn't leak. Oh, there's another car that we've got going to Bring a Trailer. That is our 64 Cadillac Eldorado. It's on air ride, it has an LT1. We just sold this GT350R on Bring a Trailer. That Riviera is headed to Bring a Trailer. And there's a whole bunch of other cars behind here that are going to be going live. But look at how nice that engine bay is. All the wiring is just perfect. You can see how clean everything is for the frame rails. And this is a repop for the tub, but it shows very well. It's all painted. None of these are stickers. Everything's been polished. So your hood latches are polished. The front bumper has been powder coated and it looks really nice. And all the headlight bezels, the chrome bezels are in great shape too. You do have a steering stabilizer, and I've driven this all over Fort Lauderdale with no issues. It doesn't steer funny, doesn't brake funny, it's just a really nice piece. Look at all the differential components and the end pieces, and you can see that there's no leaks coming out of there. All the brake lines have been redone, the brakes have been redone, and all the leaf springs are very, very nice. It doesn't make any noise when you go over bumps, which is very uncommon. The driver's side is extremely clean, brand new fuel tank. And yes, when you're driving this, you are sitting on top of the fuel tank. I told you it starts up easily. So right now the emergency brake is holding it. It starts like that every single time. You got your turn signal indicator here, horn, and all of your gauges work. So you have your voltage meter. This has been converted to 12 volts. Your speedometer, oil pressure, water temperature, and fuel. Your air condition is above that. So there's a little lever there. The faster you go, the more air comes inside of it. You can fold down your windscreen if you'd like. All the interior has been redone and everything is extremely nice throughout. It does come with a passenger seat, which is not mounted. We keep this out of the vehicle. When you want to fold down the tailgate, look at how nice all the components are too. Flip it in. You can see that all the metal's clean. Underneath here is extremely clean because it is a replacement tub. Oh, it hurts to put those in. I don't want to scratch it. All of your taillight bezels are nice, and you can see that there's no smoke coming from the exhaust. Look underneath the car right now and see how clean it is. You can literally eat off the bottom of it. Let me shut it off. So you have a little storage box underneath the driver's seat. You pull a cotter pin, which is located right here. And then you can fold your seat up. And you have a little storage box right here. Hold that. It does have seat belts for the front, not in the rear because the seat wasn't installed. This little pin goes in really easy. Overall, extremely clean, and I'm really, really happy to be selling it. We ended up purchasing my mother a 1973 CJ5. with the 4.2 liter, and they put a fuel injection system on it, and it has upgraded brakes. So she's driving that and she's loving it. If you see her in Fort Lauderdale, wave at her. Her name's Gloria. Let's start it up and go for a ride. Okay, it's on. There's no dead spots in the carburetor. Your emergency brake does work. You can see you start rolling. Put in. So it has a 3-speed, first, second, third. I've driven this all over Fort Lauderdale. It's a blast, doesn't overheat. That Go Devil Flat 4 is extremely healthy, 60 horsepower. You're like, oh my gosh, 60 horsepower is not a lot, but that's a lot of power for this little guy. Feels great. It's actually faster than a military Hummer. Clutch is very easy. There's no pop out. That rattling you're hearing is the rear seat. What we're gonna do is pull over here real quick, and I'm gonna actually take the seat out for the test drive. I don't wanna scratch the paint if it does bang around. You can see inside there is our Donzi that's getting restored right now. So that'll be going live, probably not via auction, but at some point. Okay, I feel better now. I don't want it to damage the car. So reverse, straight up, and you can put, look how nice it is with the clutch. No power steering, but if the steering wheel is large, so it's easy to maneuver. When you go over bumps, there's no funny sounds. As I said, the transmission was gone through, bearings were replaced. They sell a whole bunch of parts for these. And as I said, this is not just one of the cars that I bought because it looks really pretty. I bought it because I know this chassis, and when I see something this nice, I gotta buy it. It wasn't gonna be for sale, it was purchased for my mother. So we're gonna go over some bumps right now. There's 3 distinct bumps here, and you can see how it absorbs them. My steering wheel's not going all over the place. Go into 3rd gear. Very smooth, no slippage. You got your turn signals here that do operate. I see the illumination. I have driven this at dusk. Lights work perfect. Right now we're going 30. These carpet pieces will move around. So we have a set of Harley-Davidson mats that we actually cut out to go around them, and it weighs them down, and it's a lot easier to drive because the carpet will slide a little bit. Just so you know, we're gonna include those. You can't go straight into first on a car like this because of straight cut gears. So you have to let it completely stop. If you guys have any questions about transporting this specific Willys, you can actually go to our website and click on the transport tab, request for a shipping quote, whether it be out of this country or out of the state. We'll get back to you within 24 hours. Also, I know Bring a Trailer does offer that service, so you can reach out to them and see what they offer you too. In regards to financing, if you're gonna get finance for this vehicle, be sure you're pre-approved prior to bidding. We hold the vehicle for 2 weeks maximum once the auction ends. Otherwise, it will be sold to the second highest bidder. We're coming to the point of the video where we go for an exterior shot. I'm gonna drive by 2 times so you can see both sides of the vehicle. I'll turn the lights on and I'll give the horn a little honk to give you that visceral feel of a 1946 Jeep or Willys passing by you. I'm gonna break down the transfer case for you guys. So right now we are in 2-wheel drive. This is going to engage it into 4-wheel drive. If you go up with the second lever, that's gonna be low, and then all the way down is high. In the center is neutral, so if I put it in gear now, we're not gonna go anywhere. The motor is just free spinning. So we're still in 2. We're gonna lock it, and now we've got 2-wheel drive. You click it up to the high position and you're gonna see what happens, and you'll be able to see the wheels spin as well. So 4-wheel drive is working. I'm sure you saw the dirt flinging up from the front. We just tested out the 4 low. We're gonna put it into the high position now. So now we're in the high position. You're not gonna have as much of a snappy reaction, but the 4-wheel drive is working properly. no binding. Let's get it back in two-wheel drive. So we'll leave it here and lock it, and we're good to go. Let's get some outside shots. Hope you guys enjoyed that test drive. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Thanks again, and please subscribe.